Hey everyone, today we're making Philly Cheesesteak Sandwiches on the MoJoe Griddle for the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. So before we get started, let me throw out a caveat of some sort, a disclaimer if you will. I'm not from Philadelphia. I've never been to Philadelphia, so I cannot give you a personal perspective on Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. However, I have had them and I enjoy them. There are so many various different ways that I've seen people put them together. I'm not sure what is original anymore. I do know that it was originally a hoagie roll and some beef, and that was about it. Then a little later on they added some cheese, and people have modified it over the years from there. So this is kind of just my basic version of that. Maybe a couple small tweaks. Don't shoot the chef, but I think you'll enjoy this. I am going to be using the MoJoe Griddle. You saw me in a previous video setting that up and seasoning it and doing a quick little cook. Well, this time we're going to do a little bit of a bigger cook with it, and I think you're really going to enjoy this, and hopefully you'll consider it for your kettle grill or your campfire because it's pretty cool. So before I get started and go over the ingredients with you, I want to get my charcoal going and start preheating my MoJoe Griddle. First, to start out with, I am using a ribeye steak. Now, I've seen it where people use sirloin tip, ribeye roast, and they roast beef, if you will, from the deli counter, and just a ton of different things that I've seen them use. Now, if you're going to pick up a ribeye or anything else, you can certainly go have your butcher slice it for you, and they would slice it thinly this way, so you're going to get a wider profile. I'm going to slice it horizontally or vertically, no, horizontally, and I'm going to try to get as thin a piece as possible out of this. This has been partially frozen, so it's going to be really easy to cut. I'm using provolone cheese. I've seen people use Cheese Whiz, American cheese. There's a whole bunch of different versions. I'm going with provolone. I've got a couple rolls here that I've sliced. I didn't find hoagie rolls, so I'm making another violation there using these. I have some sliced onion, some sliced red bell pepper, sliced mushrooms. These are just the white ones. You could use cremini, some salt, some pepper. And then I'm going with some seasoning. I'm going to be using the California Gold BBQ Rub on my meat, just to give it a little bit of different flavor profile. It's a garlic, herb, and spice mix. A little bit of butter and a little bit of canola oil. And now I want to slice up my meat. Okay, so here's our beef. And I want to try to get as thin a slice as possible. This, certainly doesn't have to be perfect, but just get some nice thin slices out of there. Slightly frozen and as sharp a knife as you have. Now that our meat's cut, I want to give it a little bit of the seasoning ahead of time. Most of the time when I've seen them cook this, they just season it right on the griddle as it's cooking. We'll do it this way. So if you remember from my first video, we put a little bit of water on there, and if it dances, it is ready to go. And that's dancing, okay? Also easy way to clean the griddle there. A couple essential tools to have when cooking with the MoJoe Griddle are a couple good spatulas. Nice, stout, hardy, easy flippable, and then this is a scraper spatula. Highly recommend having a couple of these on hand when you're cooking on the MoJoe Griddle or any griddle. Now make sure you have all your ingredients ready and by your side, because this cook is going to go really, really fast. You don't want to be running off to the kitchen to try to figure things out. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is test to make sure our griddle is not too terribly hot. Now, even though I've leveled this, it's going to run off the side, so you have to be prepared for a little bit of a mess. You're going to lose some pieces, but it's smoking and that looks nice. And what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of onion there and see how we're doing. And that's looking pretty good. Now, if it's too hot, you're going to go down and adjust your bottom vent. But this is looking like we're in good shape here. So let's get our onions going. I do want to add a little bit of butter in there. Gotta have butter and onions. Oh my gosh, that smells good. A little bit of salt. Just a smidge of pepper. We're gonna let those cook up. We'll get our peppers on. Salt, a little pepper. We'll let these cook up a bit, and then we will get our mushrooms and our steak going. Okay, let's get our mushrooms on. Just a smidge more oil, not much. Again, salt and pepper. I like a little butter on my mushrooms. Keep working everything. Mushrooms are turning out nice. Now I'm going to start cooking the beef. And that is going to cook rather fast. Now, quite often with a Philly steak, it's chopped up. I don't think I'm going to do that on mine. We'll see. Don't overcook your meat. Okay, let's start putting this all together. Look at that. Okay, buns. Because we are seconds away from serving this up. Now we need to add our cheese. Again, I'm using provolone. Let's see if I can get about half of this. And we're just going to plop that right in there. Holy moly, will you look at that. And of course we'll need a nice cold ale to top it off. Well, there you have it. Philly Cheesesteak Sandwich cooked on the MoJoe Griddle. And wow, what a mouthful. Mm. Mm. So it's come through just fantastic. Chasing it down. I think you'll really like this recipe. About as simple as it can get. MoJoe Griddle worked out flawlessly. Gonna put a little bit of salt on there, scrape off the crud, put a little more oil on it. It'll be seasoned, ready for next time. Just make sure you do what I do and put it away somewhere dry. Okay, it is all steel. Great product. Go check it out. MoJoeGriddle.com and make yourself a Philly sandwich. Hey, before I leave, I want to take a second out, as always, to thank my sponsors, because you know without them none of this would be possible. Go visit Camp Chef at outdoorcooking.com and islandgrillstone.com. Great products, great people. Go buy something, tell them Gary sent you. Get out of the kitchen, light the fire, and start cooking outdoors.